One thing that I'm going to work on more is my Jason is one of the best communicators I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, 100%, bro. 100%. Everything feels so calculated.
Everything,
even though it's not.
It's not, but like he's a really good communicator. And I was talking to Kalani. I was like, bro, Jason said something and the room clapped. And I was that wasn't one of the first times I've like been on a stage with someone and then like you feel that. And I was like, well, yeah. I mean, that's my answer. But then she's like, Stratton, you just said you want to be fucking rich. Like, what is the reasoning behind it and like everything behind it? Because like for me, when you were talking about failure and like people ask me about dealing with failure, I'm like, bro, like we're past that shit. Like if you're in the game, you're in the game. We just got to keep going. Like because I see failure as like a metric to success.
Yeah,
I was like, if I got to declare PK because I took too big of a risk, I declared failure. I did, but then like, do I die?
Yeah, but you didn't. At that point, that's really where it becomes your audience. Who's your audience when you're talking about what's your biggest failure or what's your biggest fear? Because
they were asking about how do you get past
how do you get past it, right? If you're talking to me or we're talking to Jason about how you get past failure, like, well, that's not a question that we're really going to ask each other because we kind of know, like, kind of just kind of not flinch and just keep going, right? But when we're talking to people just, looking to take that next step and they're afraid of taking that step based off of fear and the thought of failure, the answer can't be, well, I just want to be fucking rich.
Well, I mean, you got to, for me, truly, like, bro,
they don't understand that though. They're like, fuck, I'm just trying to take my first step.
No, so there's two things. Like, why do you get up in the morning?
Yeah.
And then how do you overcome failure? And then they're like, what's your why? I was like, okay, I want everyone around me to be successful. And like, still, I just want to be rich. Like I want to, but then she's like, well, Strat, what's all the things you want that come with being rich and elaborate that and tell them about how
what makes being rich.
Yeah. And like how shitty it was being broke when you had to do all this other shit. And then why being rich means so much because all the options it provides you.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah, I guess so.
That makes sense. Like
that makes sense.
Zeno outside jumping in your rain boots and in puddles and shit, right?
Right in the middle of the day.
That can be rich to somebody because some people are at work at that time. So that's rich. It has nothing to do with money in essence, but money is what allows that moment to take place.